I'm Nicole Brigandy.
And I'm Robbie Swale.
And this is our third video in our series on mastering your personal brand.
And today we're going to continue to define our personal brands. We're going to build on the work we did in the last video and continue to put together a personal brand based on the unique brand model, which includes yourself, your values and beliefs, and the contribution you want to make. So in particular today, we're going to work on telling your story, on how to turn the kind of ideas we had last time about what it is that makes you unique and what makes you stand out from the crowd, and turn that into an impact statement, and also guide you through how to then take that out into the world, use it, and really get clear on what your personal brand is.
Right. So in getting started, let's think about, when are you ever going to need to use an impact statement? These you should consider like key messages, your key messages out into the world. And they should be kind of relevant to or attached to kind of your mission. What are you trying to do in this world? How are you trying to change the world? Or maybe you're just trying to sell a particular product or service that you offer. So kind of a fun way to think about this is picture yourself in a room full of about 100 people. So you could be at your high school reunion, or maybe you're at a networking event, or maybe after work drinks. There are a lot of different circumstances in which you wind up talking about yourself. And in some situations, we don't necessarily want to stand out, but there is a way to kind of get across some of our unique messages. Another way you might want to think about this is a lot of people use personal branding tools when they're preparing for interviews. I suspect some of you watching this video will be doing just that. So while you may be sitting in that interview room and there's only you and the interviewer, you're actually kind of sitting in a room full of other people as well who may just not be present. So the viewer is going to be thinking, what does make this person unique? And this exercise will help you come up with those statements to be prepared to answer those questions.
So on this slide, you can see a few impact statements that I've put together based on answers to the questions which we used in the last video. And some of these answers aren't necessarily things that when you at first glance think would be a part of your personal brand. For instance, the bottom statement is an answer to what was the most unusual step that I'd taken in my career, being I've changed 4 times before I was even 30. I can tell you that was quite stressful, especially when I realized that the third line I'd walked down wasn't the right one. But now it does make me stand out. I've got this experience of changing careers, which is really valuable to helping other people who find themselves stuck or realize they're not doing the right work for them. So what we'd like you to do now is pause the video, go back to your answers to the questions which we showed you last time, and begin to turn them into statements like this. Statements which, if you gave that answer in a room of 100 people, you would be part of a small group, or perhaps even the only person who had done that thing, who had that belief, who had made that contribution. And the sort of things that in an interview would make you stand out from the crowd if you told the interviewer that this was a part of who you really are.
So go ahead and write down those statements and be sure to come back. We're going to build on it from there. Go ahead and pause the video now.
Hey, welcome back. So hopefully now you've got a list of statements which give you the information about some of the ways that you are unique. You can use these in all sorts of ways. For example, I have some of mine just listed on my website. Some of them are integrated in my copy, others I talk about, but they all give me the sense that there are ways in which the coaching that I offer and the background that I have make me unique.
Right, so what we need to do now is take all of these wonderful key messages about yourself and weave them into more of a natural story that you can use and have in your back pocket, whether it's in a networking situation or whether it's for, like Robbie said, the copy of your website. So we've got an easy way to do this.
So we've got a small equation. And this is a good way just to remind yourself what it is that's important, that's in your personal impact statement, your mission, and your brand. So this includes the 3 aspects of your unique brand model: the self, your values and beliefs, and the contribution. And also one last thing, the audience. And that's important because it makes it really clear to people if you're trying to engage with them. And it also helps you in some ways eliminate the competition as well. Because if you're very specific about your audience, if you're able to do that, and when you're able to do that, that can be a really powerful tool for engaging those people.
So, key thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, it can feel really cheesy to do an elevator pitch, really painful to kind of listen to, but the key is to actually practice it a few times. You'll know you have it right when it feels natural. And you'll know that it's not right, particularly the first few times when you think, no, that's not me, that doesn't feel like me. So bear with it, be patient, practice it, video yourself, practice it with other people, and get to the point where you have a statement that you can kind of go to when somebody asks you, what are you about? What do you do?
And it may not feel natural, and you may never use the whole thing, but even if you don't, there's a huge power in the journey of pulling this together and being as concise as you can about what makes the work you do unique.
Great. So we'd love to hear about it. Send us your videos with your impact statement, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And otherwise, get ready, because the next section of our video series talks about how to demonstrate your brand.
Yeah, we hope to see you then.